So I want to show you guys how to take integrals of arc trig equations. Okay. So it depends on the equation you want to use. I'll show you two different methods. You might find one to be easier than the other one. Okay. So in the end, it's up to you to decide which equation you want to use. All right. But what's special about these equations and most arc trig equations is that the x, which should be a result of the equation inside of like a square root. Okay, if you do normal integration and reverse the power rule, the x should usually be on top. Okay, but what's different about our trig equations is that the x is somewhere it shouldn't be, like in the denominator. Okay, so that's how you know you have to use a special pattern. And by special pattern, I mean one of these crazy looking equations right here. This is a derivative sheet, but you should all know that an integral is a reverse of the derivative. The closest equation or pattern that matches with the original problem is number 16 right here. Okay, number 6. So if you go this way from right to left, okay, the integral of this will give you the original derivative or the original equation of arcsecant box. Okay, so I'm going to use this equation right here. This is one that matches the best for this problem. And I'm going to bring it up. Okay. The key thing with this equation is what's in the pink box. Okay. Once you can find out what box is, then you just plug it into this equation, arcsecant box, and that will be the original equation. Okay. That will be the integral. All right. So I want to start this off by writing this side by side so you can see what we're trying to do here. -8 over x square root x squared minus 36. Okay. Our goal is to make the inside the square root in a box squared minus 1 pattern. Right now it's x squared minus 36. Okay. So what are some things we can do to make sure we get a -1 here? The only thing you can do is to factor out the 36 inside the square root. I'm also going to factor out the -8 because it's just positive 1 on top, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so we get 1 over x. Now, I said I was going to factor out 36. I'll do that right now. In that case, you divide both terms by 36. Okay. I'm going to keep going on. You can actually factor out the 36, or take the square root of 36. Okay. I'm going to do that. So what's left behind is just x squared over 36 minus 1. Okay. Now that's really weird, x squared over 36, but that's actually what box squared is going to be. All right. So I'm going to put a box around this. I'm going to say box squared equals x squared over 36. If you just want to get one box by itself, take the square root of both sides and you get x over 6. Okay, that is awesome. Okay, because now you can just quickly plug this into the integral, okay, which is arcsecant box plus c. Before that, let me do one more step here. There's a 6 here kind of hanging around. Let's take care of that. Let's factor that out. So -8 over 6 is going to be -4/3 of this integral right here. Okay. And now you can just completely do this integral and just rewrite this as an arcsecant function. Okay. Make sure to have the -4/3 in front. It'll look like this. Again, what was the box that we just found? X over 6. Put this in absolute value. That's it. You're all done. Okay. Let me show you a second way that you might think is easier. Okay, so we don't have to do this step. What we'll take is a different integral equation or pattern, and it will be this one. Okay. In this case, you might not even need to rewrite at all. All right. All you have to do is find what u and a are going to be. Let u equal x. That's going to be the variable, and let a equal the constant, the number. Okay. So in that case, let me write this down here on this side. second, it's 1 over, they use du, but I'm going to switch that to x, okay? X square root x squared minus a squared. That's right. Let's see. Yes. Equals 1 over a okay. You can tell this might be even easier because, well, what I'm going to do, I rewrite the problem again. Okay. So you can see what is in the, which values go with what. A squared is 36. That means a equals 6. Okay. So we're going to figure out what a is. And also, you just plug it in. Okay. The only thing you got to watch out for, okay, we should rewrite this one more time. Factor out the -8 to make sure these two forms completely match up. There we go. And now you can say a equals 6 and plug it into what the integral should be. But -8 is on the outside the entire time. Watch out for that. Just remember a equals 6, put that in. Oops. Okay. And if you simplify this, it'll be the same answer we did before. All right. So 2 methods. I'm thinking that this way is easier, is less work to do. Okay. You can quickly see what x and a are going to be. Okay. So this is method 2. Oops. All right. There you go.